Gotta say, seeing Centurion make a top 8 is actually really cool. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more content. Now, I know this format has not been the greatest out here. And, you know, a lot of people are looking for all these different varieties of things to try out. But this case tournament, I think, brings you quite a fun option tree of decks that you can mess around with. Now, we did have a Fire King in Top Cut. Honestly, if you're looking for like an old reliable sort of deck to kind of carry you through the current times, and I mean, you didn't want to upgrade to like Fiendsmith stuff, you know, and you had the Snake-Eyes package, I think Fire King is a decent way to go about things, which personally is good. We also do have the power of Tenpai dragons. Yeah, I know, we've seen enough of this deck doing its thing, but the deck has been continuously evolving, and it's really cool to see. We also have Yubel still doing its thing out here, whatever variation of the pile that you want to take. Labrynth ended up winning this event, which I've been enjoying getting the chance to see any real Labrynth variations we can out here. There's so many ideas that people have been kind of bringing to the table that it's actually been pretty cool to see. We also had a Sprite pile, and boy, let me tell you, when you get to see how much in depth some of these pile variations of Sprite can actually go into, it's pretty cool. We also had a Runick deck. I feel like out of any case tournament, you're going to find yourself watching a Runick deck be a massive monster out here. We also have the power of Dragon Link. Yeah, Dragon Link? I will tell you, this Dragon Link deck had some very cool tech choices going about it. And we also had a Centurion deck making a fantastic showing out here for the rest of this. Overall, your top 8 is fantastic. It's diverse, you have a lot of cool options available to you, and for a super competitive event, that's good. Let's pass on over to deck list. Make sure you guys smash the video. Yeah, you already done that already. So, Labrynth here. You have triple skill drain with your triple destructive Daruma cannon. I feel like that doesn't really change all that much. What I do find interesting is our only spell card in the deck is Labrynth. We're not playing any of the pot cards to either facilitate a filter option, to, you know, try to find some sort of out, or, you know, maybe toggling for things. Whatever you're opening up is going to be good. Also, just 2 lady? Okay. I mean, 1 lovely is fine. You're playing the beer as your hand trap, which, quite honestly, I think that's good. Other major things here, we do have Eradicator and Full Force Virus, both in full swing here. You're going to be relying on both of these cards to pretty much clinch victory for you. Seems good to me. Outside of that, standard is as standard is. When you can see, you know, something as easy as this to play, you know, doing the thing with the Labrynth furniture, good stuff. Next up here, we have Tenpai Dragons. Now, your major takeaways with this. We're down to the 1 Fodra now. You are doing double Genroku. You do see that we are doing the 2 Mourners in here as well. And of course, I see that we are doing the Dora as well. Now, little side deck choices. Power Filter. We started to see Power Filter show up a lot more fairly recently because, you know, stopping Yubel from making any sort of advancement on the gameplay is very important. Yeah, I love... The only thing I love about this deck more is just like losing to a random Yubel, you know, getting to the reflection damage. You're just like, yep, that's all she wrote. In order to stop Yubel, I mean, you have the Meteor Burst, you have the Samurai Destroyer. You have essentially everything that you would definitely be expecting to be seeing in a big thing like this. 1-tap Talents is an interesting tech choice, but outside of that, good stuff. Also, this is kind of cute, having the extra floodgate in here. Okay. Next up here, we have Fiendsmith Yubel. As, you know, most people were kind of expecting, this has been the go-to here. 2/1/1 on the names. And we're actually playing Dark Ruler No Mores in here. I will say being able to kind of thrust on into a Dark Ruler No More and blank an entire opponent's field, yeah, it's pretty solid. We are choosing to play the 1 track, which is good. We're also playing triple Droplet in here because I hate to say it, but you need as many board breakers as you can kind of get sometimes. And I think that's fine. Interestingly enough, down here, they're actually citing the Lacrima. instead of, we're dedicating the slot to the area leader and to the necroquip instead. To be honest with you, don't really have much else room in this to kind of make those other decisions. So I do find that, seeing Lacrima sided is actually kind of funny. But you know what? It works out. You got to love your tech choices. And that's why, you see this level of innovation doing its thing. All right. Our 60-card Sprite pile. Oh boy, we actually have the deltas, the gamma built into the main deck here, so you can do your thing. The smallest of small Melfi packages that, we've loved actually seeing what this can do. And of course, you're doing the Mirror Mage with the one copy of the Freezing Chains in here as well, so you can kind of go ahead and get your free access. Hey, that's right. This was the thing I was talking about. People were so confused when I mentioned this. I mean, Mirror Mage gets to turn into a free Herald if need be. Or, you can do it off of these little friends. You got a lot of cool options there to annoy your opponent. Also, the E-Tellies in here to bring out the tuners. That's a nice little spice as well. You gotta really just appreciate the multitude of different engines that you can get involved with in decks like this. You also do see the Ghost Ogres in here, as well as another additional E-Telly target, and being able to fully disrupt your opponent. Yeah, I have 60-card Sprite pile. All right. Ooh, our Runick deck. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm looking at modernized Runick. You're not going to get a lot of cool, innovations out of this deck. I think most people are kind of set in their ways. You do have the one card scanner in here. You are sporting off the one of Messenger apiece. You sticking to the one desires. Good. I know a few people in my last comment section Robbie, just play the 3 desires. I don't want to top deck desires on desires. I already do that. And it's awful. The one Morgan I do like. All right. You see pretty much everything looking about the way that it should be. One Exciton Knight cutting the one moon, or cutting a Frecky. That's interesting. I like my 2 Frecky. I've long since learned to respect the power that is Frecky. Frecky just wins you games when it actually does come up. So, congratulations to seeing Runick here doing very, very well. Ooh. So this is Fiendsmith Snake-Eye's The Pile. 50 cards, by the way. I guess we just wanted to jam as much engine as we can into this deck. Also, only one Diabellstar. That's kind of interesting. But I mean, to be fair, when you have as many different ways to pull this one Diabellstar, I guess there's no real reason to kind of bulk down on the extra fat for the extra copies. But I don't know. I like just having access to these. There's just something about that consistency that I feel like, people want to have. We're actually playing a Circle of the Fire Kings in here as well. That's kind of wild. You do see an Archfiend Centurion down here as well. Okay. Attack talents in the side deck. This feels a little bit off. I feel like most people want to try to have these in the main deck. Board breakers here. And hey, look, best side deck option to disrupt your opponent. Yeah, this is just a normal day in the old fire department. So this build is playing, this is our Dragon Link deck that's playing triple copies of the Dark End Evaporation Dragon. Now, I find it very interesting because you have to banish a level 8 dragon monster from your extra deck to special summon this card from your hand and cancel something for us turn except for dragons. But to what purpose are we playing this? Because we don't have, a power stepstone down here to really do anything with this. So I guess this is just one of those applications that you can actually just do, or, you deploy this onto the field, and then, you can get a fusion summon off of this, would be, I guess, the major thing I'd be considering with this. Just kind of do your thing. But it's an interesting little tech choice. I figured there'd be more generic application, but I mean, I see we are doing the Fallen of Albest. You do have some cool things that you can actually kind of toss around with your little dragon friend in this good old Dragon Link. All right, and then we have Centurion. Oh boy, we are main decking triple shifter in here. Well, that's a pretty surprising thing. Not really. I do find it interesting that this build did choose to actually play the Saravises in here for that targeting protection. We have so many hand traps running around in the current format that, you if your Centurion technically resolves, you're pretty much going to win the game. And that's why, you know, you're putting an emphasis on something like this to kind of have that block protection so that you totally don't get blown out of the water. I mean, I like it. We are playing one copy of Atri, the one Gargoyle, and then 2-3 on the lines with your triple emblem as well. And we are doing 2 Metaltronus in here. Huh, I see we're getting spicy with some of these little tech choices. Cool, well, that is your breakdown for this event. Quite interesting, right? Please, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.